Imagine that you get that dream interview. Imagine that job you've always wanted is staring you right in the face. You've worked hard, you're trying to delve deep into the work professional world, and then all of a sudden this knot of apprehension hits you right in the stomach. And you're like, what now? What if I'm not ready? Well, relax. Ready is just a myth. So today we're going to talk about navigating professionalism. Vince Lombardi once said that the difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. And that's what people today need to realize, that you in your professional world, starting your professional journey, is a lack of will. That's what it's all about. You need to build a roadmap to success. What is a roadmap to success? Well, a roadmap to success is exactly what it says. It's just a map you piece together to try to find the best path to get to your final destination. And it's funny because navigating a roadmap to success is a lot like putting together a piece of IKEA furniture. It is confusing at first, but once you get all the pieces laid out and get them all in order, it's very satisfying. You start off by building a professional identity. Now, when I say professional identity, what do I mean by that? Do I not just say, hi, my name is Shawn McBrayer, I like to do IT stuff? No, that's not it. You are a brand. You have to market yourself as a brand. You are a unique individual that has something special to offer to these people. That is how you market yourself. If you don't see yourself as this brand, then why should anybody believe in you? You have to believe in yourself first. You are your biggest salesman. You are your biggest supporter. You're the biggest person that pushes you on to others to show how successful you can be. You are a brand like any other major brand out there. And that is exactly what you have to do. And this all starts with building yourself as a personal brand on a social media platform like LinkedIn. Put yourself out there. Put your skills. Don't put your resume. Put your skills. Put what you can contribute to the conversation. Put yourself out there. Engage in conversation with like-minded individuals. Become and follow people that you admire. Follow them. Tell them your successes. Tell people things you can do. Help people out if they have problems. This is what this platform is for. It's not to go out and talk about did you see this last night? Or did you see this? Or it's not that kind of platform. This is a professional brand. This is how you get out there. And don't think for a second that when you're out looking for a job, that these companies that are looking at interviewing you aren't going to go look at your social media pages. They're going to, absolutely. And that's why you need to remain professional at all time. You always have to be professional. And something, when it talks about being professional, you just have to market yourself in this manner, in this way. And it's something you can train to. But stay professional at all times on your social media pages, because this is what gets seen out in the world. My wife and I took a trip to Washington, D.C. a few years ago, and we learned something. I honestly didn't know. In all my years in technology, did not know. They said that the National Archives, every tweet or X or whatever you want to call it now, that is made is stored in the National Archives. So this is something I was like, oh, have I said anything that I probably shouldn't have said that could be out there for somebody to find? And that's what I'm saying. Not that I have, but I'm just saying this is something you need to think about whenever you're doing stuff. And the next step to gaining your professional roadmap is you need to do interview preparation. Now, when you're preparing for an interview, just know this. An interview is a conversation. It's not a question and answer session. And we're going to go more into this in a second. But a great interview goes on like two friends talking. If you went in there and they asked you some questions and you answered, and they ask you, do you have any questions? And you say, no, not really. And you walk out, I'm going to tell you, you did not get that job. And that's something you need to look for. It is a conversation starter. I talk to my students about this all the time. I say, when you walk in a room, look around, look at things, Find things to talk about. Look at the people. Look at what they're wearing. Look at their screensavers. Look at their wallpapers on their computers. Find something in common to start a conversation off, so they feel like they're having just a conversation with you. So you also need to master the STAR technique. This is something that everybody in an interview is going to expect from you. It is situation, task, action, result. And what that means is they're going to give you a scenario. You have to come up with a situation. Then you have to come up with a task you did for the situation. And you have to come up with an action you took to come to the conclusion and the result, positive or negative, but turn the negative into a positive. And this is the one thing that you need to master when you interview. Everybody's going to expect this from you. It's going to happen. But what you also need to do in your interview is you need to find out about the people interviewing you. They're going to be out there. They're going to have their selves. You usually know who's interviewing you before you go in. Find them on social media. Find them on LinkedIn. Find out what they do. Find out their accomplishments. Learn these talking points. Find out about the company. Find out specifically about the job that you're looking for. That way you can show them, I know about this job. I know how to solve these problems. I am the person you are looking for. And this is what a successful interview is like. An interview is a two-way street. Conversation, two friends talking. It's just like you were sitting out at a restaurant or around a campfire having a conversation. That's exactly what it is. It's a two-way street. You should ask as many, if not more, questions than they ask you. They're going to have a set group of questions they're going to ask you, but then they're going to ask you some, questions like, what do you like to do for fun? Have an answer. Don't think about the perfect answer, just respond. And you get this through interview preparation and practice. The thing that people care about is not fancy degrees. They don't care where you went to college. They don't care about your fancy degrees. They care about your soft skills. Soft skills are communication. Soft skills are critical thinking. Soft skills are abilities to solve problems. These are soft skills. These are what people in the professional workplace look for in a job interview. This is what they look for in a candidate. You need to master these. Okay? Don't go in there saying, oh, I went to so-and-so university. That's great. I'm glad you did. But really all we care about is you got a degree. Tell me how you're going to help me. I have a problem I need to solve. Tell me how you're going to help me solve that problem. I had a coach that I was introduced, I used to work in sports. I had a coach one time tell me they were looking for a director of technology, and football coaches don't know a lot about technology. Okay, they don't. They know how to use it, they know how to watch it, but they don't know a lot about it. And so they didn't know how to go about hiring somebody to do a job. And I asked them what they were looking for. And this one coach said to me, I'm looking for somebody that can do this job because any day I don't have to worry about that job or think about it, that's a good day. And realistically, I thought about it. That's what all bosses are looking for. They're looking for that in a person. The other part to this is you need to dress for success. When you go for an interview, not one person has ever complained about somebody being overdressed for an interview. Wear a coat, wear a tie, wear a dress, wear a skirt. Look professional, wear a professional suit. Don't go in flip-flops and board shorts. Sad thing is, I had it happen to me one time. But go in and dress for success and let them know, ooh, that person was put together very well. Because these are things that they look at. This is the first impression they get on you when you walk through the door. The next impression they get on you is the handshake. Every day my students come into class, and every day I get the eye roll as I stick my hand out and shake every one of their hands as they walk in the door. And I tell them that I do this for a couple of reasons. One is because they need to learn how to master the handshake, because that in the professional world is how you greet an individual when you meet them for the first time. You go out, you shake their hand, and you say, hi, my name is Shawn McBrayer. It's nice to meet you. Then you listen to their name. Learn their name. That's the big thing. The next thing you're going to do is once you get that interview, you're going to navigate challenges in the professional world. And what that means is you're going to navigate things like the big monster of time management. How am I going to do all this? You have to worry about the dress codes at their jobs. Yes, some of them have them. You have to worry about it. People have gotten a little lax lately, but you need to worry about the dress code. You need to worry about the teams, the communication styles. And that's the other reason that I have people shake my hand when they come in the door, is it's a communication style. I don't have a lot of people in this world that I admire, but the ones I have, I hold above all others. My favorite person on this planet ever was my granddad, my pawpaw. Love that man. He taught me so much that I wish I could go back now as an adult and have a conversation and thank him for. But my father is the smartest man I ever met in my life. He's another one, and my mother. And my wife is my rock that holds me together. These are people that I can communicate with. And this is something everybody needs. You need people you can communicate with and can tell you about you. But the reason I tell you about them is when I have my students shake my hand when they come in, besides the obvious communication style, my mom taught me something when I was young. She used to make all of us sit down at the dinner table and eat together every night. We had to be there. This was not an option. So we had to give her at least 24 hours notice if we weren't going to be there, or if she just came home and said, hey, you're on your own for dinner tonight, then we worried about it. But when I was in college, I asked my mom, I said, why did you always make us come home for dinner? I was like, I'm just curious. Because people nowadays, they eat in their rooms, they eat whatever. And my mom said to me without hesitation, I did that because in that 15 to 20 minutes that we sat down together as a family, I could tell what kind of mood you were in. I could tell what kind of day you've had. I could tell if you were happy. I could tell if you were sad. And I knew if I needed to have a conversation with you or not. And when I shake my students' hands every day, I can tell by the look on their face if they're in a good mood, if they're in a bad mood. I can tell by the way they shake my hand what's bothering them. And the reason I tell them this is because this is a communication style that you're going to learn about people and how to read them. This is helpful to you later on in life. And this is something that you need to learn. But the main thing you need to learn is to not panic. Don't worry about it. It'll work itself out. My grandfather, or my pawpaw as I used to call him, when I was young, used to tell me, what I can't control, I don't worry about. And my students that are in the audience probably just rolled their eyes because they've heard me say that a million times. What I can't control, I don't worry about. It's hard to live that way, but I challenge all of you to try. If you can't control it, just don't worry about it and move on. And when you get to that new job, find a mentor. Find somebody who's been there for a while. Talk to them, befriend them. Let them tell you how the workplace is. You can share as much from them as they can share to you. I learn more from my students every day than I teach them. This is what mentors do. They help you, but you also help them because they may not know the new ways, or the new ways things are done, the new styles things are done. But find a mentor so they can help you navigate your course through this workplace. And remember that challenges are opportunities to grow. You're going to face challenges. You've heard this probably all through your life that for every person that succeeded, they failed 1,000 times. Truth. And that's what this is. This is an opportunity to grow. That's what challenges are. Eleanor Roosevelt once said that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And I'm a firm believer in that because you guys are the future. You guys are what's to become of us. And you don't need to worry about your job. You don't need to worry, are you ready? You don't need to worry about this stuff because you just need to plan a roadmap to chart your course so it goes as smoothly as possible. You're going to hit bumps along the way. You're going to hit some rocky seas and some rough paths, but that's okay. That's an opportunity to grow, as we talked about. But the thing you need to remember, and the thing that you need to hold to your chest and smile, and as I always say, if you see somebody without a smile, give them yours. Because a smile goes a long way, and it also helps you with your career and your path to success. But look how positive that person is. Because negativity breeds negativity, and positivity breeds positivity. So chart your course, smile along the way, shake people's hands, tell them it's nice to meet them, and be sincere when you say that. And remember, as I said, you guys are the future of tomorrow, and we are looking forward to see the successes that you can grow. Thank you.